listen to me.
But let me switch now to another big story that you've been following all week. There was a military parade in Iran this morning, and the president of that country during the parade warned about the presence of foreign forces in the region. This comes as the Pentagon is set to send more troops to the region, to Saudi Arabia specifically. That's where the Iranians are said to be responsible for that devastating series of drone attacks last week on oil facilities in Saudi Arabia, which disrupted global oil supplies. You've got the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, on the show this morning. He's called that attack an act of war. So is that where we're heading here, war with Iran?
We're following two huge stories today, both of which could have far-reaching consequences at home and abroad. One involves war and peace. Will the United States respond militarily against Iran for last week's devastating attack on Saudi Arabia's chief oil facility? President Trump is weighing the risks of war against the cost of appearing weak and encouraging more aggression. Here, the president is seen as acting conventionally, in the public interest, and in a manner many of us expect from a president.
In the midst of these escalating tensions with Iran, you've now named a new national security advisor, Robert O'Brien.
Yes.
What is he recommending to you in terms of dealing with the latest strikes on Saudi Arabia and the response? And then secondly, you announced new sanctions on Iran. Secretary Mnuchin said that this affects the last available funds for that regime. Have we now exhausted sanctions in regards to Iran?
Well, these are the strongest sanctions ever put on a country. We are at a level of sanction that is far greater than ever before with respect to Iran. Today we did central bank, as you know, and we'll see. We'll see. They're having a lot of problems, not only with us, they're having problems within their own country, and I think they have a lot of self-made problems. We are by far the strongest military in the world. Going into Iran would be a very easy decision, as I said before, be very easy, the easiest thing. Most people thought I would go in within 2 seconds, but plenty of time, plenty of time.
Meeting after meeting after meeting today, but perhaps the most important is the one he probably won't have, with the Iranians dismissing a one-on-one with President Hassan Rouhani.
Will you meet with President Trump? No.
President Trump not quite ready to rule it out just yet.
We'll see what happens, but we have nothing scheduled at this moment.
The escalating tensions hover over the United Nations General Assembly after the U.S. blamed Iran for the attack on Saudi oil production facilities last weekend. Iran showing off its military might in a parade, demanding the U.S. leave the region, with the Pentagon set to deploy a small number of troops to Saudi Arabia soon, and new sanctions slapped on Iran's national bank. It's the backdrop to this week's gathering of world leaders in New York, with the U.S. looking to build a diplomatic coalition against Iran, likely to be a centerpiece of the president's address to the Assembly tomorrow.
Do they want to fight Iran until the last American soldier? Is that their aim? Because if that is the aim, they can be assured that this won't be the case.
Why?
Because Iran will defend itself.
Will America fight for the Saudis, you believe?
I don't know. I don't know. But if they did, then Saudis would be the first to lose. The region will be the first to lose. And we do not want to see that situation.
What would be the consequence of an American or a Saudi military strike on Iran now?
An all-out war.
You make a very serious statement there, sir.
Well, I make a very serious statement about defending our country.